welcome to the show. So nice to have you through here. So we're gonna start creating a tradition, hopefully, and this is my plan. But I'm gonna introduce my guest of honors that I have the pleasure to be behind the camera, filming them forever, pretty much. But I'd like to welcome to the set Irving and Vicky Santiago.
Hi.
How are you? I never called you like that.
I
You
know.
remember
This
Vicky
is.
Santiago?
It's been a couple of years, but yay.
It's been a couple of years, right? And so, how you guys been?
Awesome.
Thank you for coming to the store.
It's awesome to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Guillermo, for having us.
So you, besides being personal friends and being on Plastic Crack, and being involved in every part of my toy journey on my personal level, you're also the owners of UltraCon. So let's assume that I have someone watching from Idaho, and I never heard of UltraCon, or from the other coast,
What
right?
rock have they been under?
Right. What is UltraCon? Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
UltraCon is a multicultural event. We come, from 1970s, 80s, 90s. We bring celebrities from all fashion to our event. Movie stars, voice actors, and we have vendors from all over the United States. As a matter of fact, we have a vendor that he drives from Washington State to our event since 2020.
He comes from Washington to the show.
He drives, takes them 6
Really?
days, yeah,
Really?
and he kills it every year.
Is that I'm biased if I'm the one that goes and says what UltraCon is, because I love the show, as you
Yes.
both know, but it's something that I've seen growing exponentially with my own eyes. From because I remember UltraCon had it before,
Yes.
which was already like huge,
Mm-hmm.
and then it like kind of settled into a different type of shows, including like tiny shows, and then
Yes.
it went back full force, and of course
Right.
Vicky's recipe on the equation that
Correct.
truly helped
Correct.
the
Yes.
force. So for you, what is UltraCon?
Fun. It's an event. It's like, imagine if you go to a fair,
Uh-huh.
but there's celebrities there. There's things to do. There's, virtual rides. There's things to do, but it's not just a Comic-Con.
Correct.
It's an event.
It's an event. I love that. It's not just a con. It's an
Yeah.
event. And last year, you guys went crazy because there were like two different rooms, and I
Mhm.
remember one room loaded with goodies,
Yes.
Yes.
like giant stuff. I mean, you can see some of that in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Giant life-size vehicles, and then vendors, and the vendor floor were on the other side with the stars and all that,
Yes.
with the guests and everything. So the tradition that I want to build, but let's say when is the next SuperCon again? I know I have it.
It's UltraCon, SuperCon.
Oh,
is in
UltraCon, I'm
July.
sorry. September 22nd.
Yes, sir.
There you go. In West Palm Beach. Oop,
Yes.
I'm not in the shot. Look at me. There you
There
go.
you go. There you go.
So September, it's at where is the venue?
At the South Florida Expo Center,
That's West
West
Palm.
Palm Beach. Yes.
Mhm.
West Palm. And you guys are going. So the tradition that I want to build
Mhm.
from now on, hopefully,
Oh yeah.
is that to use the show to announce your guests, because I remember the previous UltraCon in the past, and there were like really decent guests and a bunch of guests, but I don't know, after the pandemic, I will say, you guys went
Yes.
nuts, and now you're
Yeah.
bringing everyone and their mother.
Of
Is that
course.
what it is? Last
It's
year was
Who
incredibly
do we want to
cool.
meet? Who do we want to hang
I
out
love that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if it's a fan, if we're a fan, then there's got to be other people in this world that want to be fans too.
Right.
That want to meet these people. So why
Hiding
wouldn't
stuff
we?
From the camera, you're gonna have to move it. There you go. Move it. Can you rotate? No, the camera. Rotate a little bit this way. Try to find me. No, the other way. The other way. There you go. Live television. There you go. Right there.
There
That
we
will make it
go.
easier for me.
there you
Very
go.
good.
You
All right.
Don't move.
Let's talk about. So, do we agree of turning into a tradition to announce every year,
Heck
every
yeah.
single guest?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes,
And we
of
love
course.
that type of show. So let's just start with your guests. Let's see who you have. A Thundercat reunion. By the way, I have to shameless plug because not the last year, like 2 years ago.
Yes.
2 years ago.
2020. Was it
2021.
21?
I think it was
21.
coming out of the pandemic,
Yeah.
because I remember I was wearing a mask in
Mhm.
Yeah.
some of
Yes,
in
sir.
some
Yeah.
of the segments, but I was so lucky, thanks to you guys as well, to interview Larry and Peter, the voices of Thundercats. That for me was a highlight. into the show. Yeah, he always does that. Like he knows that we're recording, he just goes and drops stuff. It was a highlight, but this year Chitara's coming, right?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So excited.
Those are the last 3 living voice actors
Oh.
from Thundercats.
Oh,
Everybody else has passed away, but they're the only 3 living, and we have the honor of having all 3 of them at
it
our
is
show.
an honor
Mhm.
indeed. Actually, guys,
Yes.
go and watch Plastic Chats. That episode is a very
It's
fun episode. They
phenomenal.
were amazing.
Yeah.
They were amazing, and
Larry's amazing.
they still
Peter.
thrive on those voices. Like they go,
Yeah.
they don't mind
I mean,
doing it
he's-
again.
Larry's done a plethora of voices
Right.
that we all know and love. The Skittles commercial, that's
Right.
Larry. Cocoa Puffs is Larry.
Count Chocolate,
Count
right?
Chocula
Chocula.
is Larry.
From the town. of
I know.
Pennsylvania.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he did something for VH1 as well. It's the summer event, if I recall correctly. Watch it.
Yeah, he's
watch the
iconic.
episode. But now you have a reunion. So how are you handling that? Like you're gonna put them together?
Yes,
Is it gonna
all
be
three
a
together.
panel? Like
I
You
don't know if
meet-
we're necessarily going to do panel, but there will be photo ops with all 3 of them.
oh, there you go. There you go. So Thundercats, this is
Yeah,
the one.
I'm looking
right,
forward.
right. But
Mhm.
let's keep going because this, and I remember calling Irving and saying, "Wow, Mick Foley!" I met him at a convention a few years ago. So nice guy, but
He is so down to
this
earth.
is a
Yeah.
wrestling god.
Yes, he is.
Agreed.
Yes, he is.
This is a wrestling.
Yeah.
I will never
Truly
forget
is.
the cage match with
Whoa,
the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like he was facing the Undertaker at his prime, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess to top that off, he just went and did something that almost was like life risking.
Bizarre. Yes, it was.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And his tooth went right through his nose, through his mouth.
What can we expect from Mick Foley? Is there any
He
surprises?
is
So
such
here's
a
my
nice
job
guy.
right now. This is all
Mhm.
public.
Mm-hmm.
We have a surprise that we're
Beautiful.
gonna announce at the end of the show,
So
right? It's a
excited.
surprise, a guest surprise. But my job right now will be to start teasing. So okay, he's coming. So
Mhm.
people will be able to do what? Take pictures.
Take pictures, autographs, meet and greets. Just come say hi if you want.
Matter of fact, hold on one second, baby.
There you go. That's what I wanted.
Okay,
I know. I just
he
need to
has
pinch
his-
it.
Own Funko Pop box,
Yeah,
Really?
He created his
Created
own
a-
custom.
custom Funko Pop of Sako.
Really?
Yes.
Sako,
Yes.
Sako.
Because I don't think that mascot
Oh,
has an
No.
official.
No. but he has Sako,
And he's bringing that.
and he's
Yes.
bringing that
Get
a
that
lot of them.
Get out.
So what he does, he signs Sako, and he also signs the box.
Right. When I met him, he had
my
Sako, and I was
God.
like, I
He's
was
also
like,
got-
you're mankind to me, but
yes,
I'll take Sako.
But
Cactus
he's also
Jack.
got the three
Dude Love.
pack. I forgive me, but I don't remember the name of the company that has the 3-pack. The wrestling 3-pack.
Uh-huh.
They're about the size of Marvel Legends.
Yes, regular,
And
red.
it's all 3 of his characters, and he'll sign
all 3 of them
all 3 of them
in different markers.
So he'll put a different
Yes.
name on the
Yes.
character.
Whether it's
That's
Cactus,
hilarious.
Dude Love, whether it's
Right.
Yeah,
Mick
Mankind.
Foley, Mankind, he'll sign it
That's
that way.
incredible.
Yes,
He was such
And
a
it's
nice guy when I
amazing.
met him.
Oh, he's
he was,
amazing.
He and his family.
And he's such a
Amazing.
charitable guy too. I mean, he's got so many charities that he supports. I mean, he's books. He's
number one
no,
seller.
yeah, he's a
He
New
was-
York Times best-selling author.
Right. He was
Yeah.
general manager of either Raw or the other one. I remember that.
Yeah,
As out of character, he was.
He does a lot of the writing.
Yeah, really
Yes, he does.
amazing.
He's
Amazing.
just
Can't wait to meet him.
he's just such an amazing person,
Yeah.
and this was a grail guest for us because, like I said earlier, we're huge fans.
Right.
Big
So-
time.
It's
do
fun
you-
for us.
Why do you think that wrestling and the comic scene goes so well together?
Storylines.
Yeah. Oh, they have amazing
Yeah.
storylines.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's kind of rare, but at the same time, it's kind of common to find a heavyweight wrestler in a
Mhm.
comic convention. So those two worlds collide
Yeah,
on a show, and
They're-
I
they're-
always find that fascinating.
For lack of a better term, they're actors also.
Yes.
Don't say that out loud.
Well, I
No,
mean,
no, I mean,
they
they practice.
they
and-
practice, they know
their
what they're
techniques.
doing, their techniques.
We all
it's-
know it's choreographed.
Yeah,
it takes
it's-
an immense toll on their
Yes,
body.
it does. It
and
truly
they, And they
does.
get hit.
Yeah,
really do
yeah,
get
they
hit.
get, yeah.
I mean, they've had. I mean, he's had his tooth knocked out also.
Several times.
I imagine
Several
no
times,
matter
yeah.
no matter how many ways we can call him an actor falling from that cage
Mhm.
with the Undertaker.
Yeah,
That's
that's crazy.
straight to the ER.
No, and after that, he got back up and went to find him. He got back on the cage again, and the Undertaker threw him, and he
Right.
went through the cage. And
Which was not supposed to happen.
That was not
Right,
supposed to
it was
happen.
supposed to hold him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Scott Takiyashi
Yeah.
also had like things in the back.
Mhm.
I know
Hold
that
on.
horror
the
And
story.
then the Undertaker took him and threw him on top of the tacks. He had
On the
removed-
tags, yeah.
Yeah.
He had
It was
100
brutal.
over 150 tacks removed
Brutal.
from his
Brutal.
my.
I mean, who does that? I'm not doing that for my job.
Right.
The only other one that
Good
was
point.
as courageous as him was Terry Funk Jr.
Yeah.
Yet he passed away. That was the only other guy that put his body through this.
Well,
much.
there's modern guys that they also go to those
Oh,
steps.
yeah.
I don't know if the big difference with Mick, the way that he did it without losing the theatrical part of it. Because right now it's just raw
Mhm.
violence,
Yeah.
and that was a really nice show. But then at the same time, like everybody knows it's a show, but everyone was like, my God, he got hit for real. Like this
Yeah.
guy is probably injured for real.
Yeah.
Like, but stop the.
Yeah.
I would be like, stop the show, take him
Right.
out, take him out. Like concerned about his life, and
Yeah,
that's
even-
what makes him a legend.
If
Yeah.
Vince
Legend.
McMahon is like, "Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you really sure? Because
And-
I can't back this if you're not sure."
Right.
And after the match, Vince McMahon said, "Please do not do this again."
Ever.
I remember
We're done with that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Saw it on a documentary. He said,
Yeah.
"We're not doing this again."
Yes.
Yeah, Shane did something like that. He fell from a really high truss.
Huh?
Shane McMahon. Yeah, I remember he got injured
Whoa.
also. But speaking of wrestling, my mind blew up because I remember, those were the nice WCW days, and Nikita Koloff was a Russian.
Yeah, the Russian
bad
bear,
guy,
the Russian bear.
against Sting,
Yes.
and sometimes Ric Flair. And I remember, how do
Mhm.
you get a hold of him?
Well, he doesn't do shows. He does not.
That's
do
what I'm
shows.
asking. How do you get a hold of him? Because
A friend of mine that's an agent
okay.
that I've known since
The 80s at least.
Yeah, I've known him for quite a while. And I told him, and I go,
Convince him.
yeah, I told him, man, I would love to have Nikita. And he goes, I'll call you right back.
Okay. I,
I
love
mean,
this backstory.
This
Yeah.
happens. This is.
You
I
have no
still
idea.
can't get over the things that happen in our world. It's like, wait, did this really just happen?
You're preaching to the choir. 'Cause
Yes.
I ended up doing a documentary about those things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. So, yeah, he just called him up and then
Yep.
he's like, he's in?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Then, we got the contracts and everything. And boom, he's 100% in. And mind you, he does not do any events.
Right. He doesn't do conventions. That's
all.
why I asked him, like, how do you get
At
a
all.
hold of him? I'm so
Mhm. It's just,
triggered to see him.
it's just, in the last 3 weeks to a month,
Uh-huh.
I had maybe 10 to 15 individual agents get in contact with me, or through the phone, or through the email. It's been
Because they know it's time to book
Yeah,
their
right,
table.
time to
at
book.
Ultra.
and the thing is that they
That's
don't
amazing.
know that last year our event was 3 days, also 25th through the 27th, and I started booking on the 28th. I
Right.
started booking with celebrities, immediately getting everybody in order, the
Wow.
ones that we needed to have at the event.
Right.
And that's what we did, and we have. And I don't wait till the last minute. I get
Can't.
everybody.
No, you can. You have
You
to.
know,
It's
and-
like doing a show.
Mhm.
You have
Yes.
to pre-pro. You have
Yes.
to pre-produce the whole thing. And so
Mhm.
many. If people will only know,
Oh God!
it's like doing, I don't know, the equivalent of 30 weddings on the same day.
Okay.
So you have 30 cakes, 30 dresses, 30
Yeah,
bands.
I can't
30,
even imagine.
Like, it's
One
something like-
wedding on the same day was.
That's the equivalent to an UltraCon.
Yeah.
So let's keep going. So okay, real American hero.
Yes.
I remember I met him 3 times and 2 were at your show.
At my shows,
Mhm.
At your show.
At UltraCon Comic Con. Also, I also used to run Geek Fest Florida,
Right.
which is
Toy
a
show.
complete at the toy show is an anime, and I had him there also.
So
I've had
La-
Larry. This is his first time appearing at one of my events.
For those listening and not watching the video, Larry Hama, mastermind behind GI Joe,
Mhm.
because Bob Purvis commissioned it, or
Yes.
convinced Hasbro to do it. Let's just do a
Which was Bob
quick
Purvis.
recap.
Yes.
And then, of course, Kirk Bazigian
Followed
like,
right after.
grabbed that torch, and he was the to-go guy and the
Yeah.
executioner of the idea. And then Ron Rudat came and did his magic. But the one that gave the characters a persona,
Yes.
a profile that we actually fell in love with. The creator of Cobra Commander was Larry Hama.
Yes.
Such a nice guy. He's
Yeah,
going
you
to be
would-
doing
you would not
sketches
have
and
them
stuff.
the way we
Yes.
know them.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll do commissions.
Yeah, he does a lot of sketches. He'll bring his own books, and he signs everybody's comic books and things like that. I mean, he is.
Such a
As long as
super-
it's their characters. I remember on a joke I remember giving him comic books, and then there was like a Cobra La Serpentor thing in one of the covers, and he's like, "I'm not signing that because I didn't do that. I don't want to deal with that Cobra La shit."
Originality, man. Originality.
You know, he was in the Warriors.
Mhm.
He was in the Warriors.
Oh, I
You
He was
remember the-
also on MASH.
Oh, MASH, yeah.
Yes,
But you
yes.
remember the Warriors?
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course.
One of the clans from Brooklyn, I think. He was one of them.
Get
He
outta
was an
here.
actor, yeah. He plays the
Wow.
guitar, and then
Yes, he is.
he's the ultimate badass.
Yes.
He
For
truly
me,
is.
Larry Hama is the real life persona of a Snake Eyes,
I
which
have
I'm a huge fan of. It.
Yeah.
So many.
That makes sense.
so many things.
He
signed
also
by-
wrote the comic book Nam,
Right.
Yes.
that's based on Vietnam.
Yes.
Right. And he loves to kill people too.
Yes.
'Cause he famously was the one that killed the Snake Eyes and Captain America,
Yeah, the
which
Death
I
of
saw
Captain
that you
America.
read.
Oh yeah, he wrote
recently.
a book about
Yeah, we have
Captain
it.
America.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I have to find
Yeah.
the books, but I have like
Not
7
just wrote it;
copies.
he killed the
Yeah, he
Cap.
killed. Yeah, he.
I think that's the title of the book, "The Death of Captain America," right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of knew what you were getting
He
into.
loves to do that. So moving forward,
And
so
right here.
Mighty Mumford time, Mighty Morphine time. So he's such a nice guy. I met him
really
in
is.
New Orleans, I think.
He is such a gentleman, such a nice guy. And one thing I like about him.
OG, right?
Oh, yeah, he's the
Yeah.
first
Yeah, the
one.
original.
Mhm.
You'd never know it. He doesn't look it.
Right.
I mean, he's in his late 50s,
Yeah.
almost in his 60s.
He doesn't look
No,
like
he
that.
doesn't
He
look
looks
it.
way younger.
And that's like a recent picture too. That's not like an old picture that we're using. That's a,
For those listening, we're talking about Walter Jones from the original Black Ranger from
Yes.
the OG.
and a
guys.
world
so
class
nice.
salsa,
Salsa
dancer.
dancer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he was in one of
Yes.
those
Yeah.
the dance
Yeah,
concerts.
yeah. 2004, he was a
shows,
champion.
Yeah, like
Yes.
a world champion.
World
Which
champion.
You connect to that, right?
Of
Yeah.
course. Of course.
Have
I
you
think so.
learned?
I can't with my back.
She
I
can't.
can't move my hips anymore.
Because you know the stories, right? That
Oh, of
Irving was
course,
like
yeah.
a salsa
Yes, I do know.
persona in the
I
world.
tell him all the time. I'm like, sorry, can't help you there.
One a
Tunica.
lot.
Yeah.
When this wasn't here, when this was a lot flatter, okay,
Oh,
I
so
won a
it's
lot
my
of dance
fault.
contests. I won a
My
lot of dance
Oh
contests.
my god, yeah, I know the story.
I
So
came out on
let's
TV.
keep going.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I
Come
couldn't
on.
meet him last time because I was busy running the booth and everything.
Mhm.
Kevin Clash, Elmo, dude,
I know.
like
Come
The
on.
original Elmo.
Elmo. Have you seen the documentary?
No.
I
He
think
has such a lovely documentary. I think it's on Apple TV
I'll
right
check that
now.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
check that out
It's
tonight.
beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a
He's
story
a
of
wonderful
of-
person,
He's a wonderful person.
and he does
He truly
so
is.
much, so much.
yeah,
for
I
them.
mean,
And he does that, but like when people approach him, he still does the
Mhm.
voice. and
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yes.
yeah, I
Yes.
mean, you little kids walk by and they're like, what?
But he was also
Master Splinter,
Master Splinter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
the original Master Splinter from the first, second, and third
Not the
movie.
mama.
Yeah, I
And
should
dinosaurs,
like
not
put
the
him
mama.
at the beginning because he's for me. This is one of the heavyweights
He's a good one.
on a personal level.
Yes.
This is one of the heavyweights.
I agree.
Kevin Clash, like Elmo, you can't beat Elmo.
No.
You can't beat Elmo.
Yeah.
You remember back in the days, Tickle Me Elmo?
Tickle me off, of
Oh
course. Yeah, my
God.
kid was like
Killed
I drove gladly to. I went to like 8 different Toys R
Mhm.
Us trying to find that thing.
I picked up 4 cases back then.
Of course.
I picked up
course you
4
did.
cases.
Of
at that
That's why
time.
we couldn't find them.
Thank you. Thank you. I went to 8 Toys R Us because Irving
Yes.
ransacked the whole thing the
Yeah.
morning of.
Yes.
So, okay. So this for the, I would like to thank you as an Hispanic for doing this, for integrating Hispanic voice actors in American shows. So Mario Castañeda is notoriously the voice of a myriad of characters in
Mhm.
Spanish, but
He's the
he's
Godfather.
mostly known for being Goku in Spanish.
Yes.
So
And Burdock. and so many more
El
characters.
Chavo.
Chavo, yes, El Chavo.
El Chavo animated.
Yes,
Animated.
yes.
Yeah. He did like 3 characters, I believe,
Yes, he did.
within the
Animated.
Chavo animated.
Yes.
So for Mexican friends, like having Mario
Mhm.
Castañeda is an honor. So, but you guys didn't stop there. You also bring in Rene Garcia, which was also Vegeta in Spanish, among many other characters. So-
Stewie, he was also
Mhm.
from The Dark Knight.
The-
Michael
the
Keaton,
Spanish
he did the
voice
Spanish dubbing
Oh wow!
for Michael Keaton. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
Yes. He's done so much. He's won awards, Academy Awards
Mm-hmm.
in Latin for so much stuff.
I
he's
love the
done.
fact that you guys are giving opportunities to people abroad to come to the
Yes.
states,
Well,
because
it's
I'm pretty sure there's a lot
important.
of people here that would love to, and especially within the Mexican community that I know that I'm related to them in a way, and that I love them so much that some of them they can't go back because they're here,
Right.
and let's not talk about legalities, but they
Yes.
just cannot go back.
Right.
Correct.
So getting this opportunity to meet these personas in like face to face is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. I'm
Yes,
so
it
happy
is.
that you guys are supporting the Hispanic community, especially on this level.
Yes.
With this
it's
level
important.
This gentleman is awesome. That's all I
Rene
can tell you.
Garcia, yeah.
He's been in TV novelas. I mean, he's movies. I mean, this guy
Oh yeah, in
is
the
a
novella
superstar.
world, like
Yeah,
yeah.
superstar.
Oh yeah. But this is the perfect leadway to Dragon Ball. So
Yes.
you guys went nuts last time, and this time it
Oh,
looks
God.
like you're heading in the same direction. This
Oh,
is going to
yeah.
be another Dragon Ball reunion.
It's Dragon Ball, One Piece, Fire Force. We have so many talent. But this year, I mean, last year we're the largest Dragon Ball Z convention in the East Coast.
There you go.
This year, we're blowing it off the charts.
Mhm.
So it's more. It's going to
Oh.
be increased in Dragon Ball. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
becoming a Dragon Ball, almost like a mega pilgrimage type of thing.
Yes.
Like you have
Yes.
to go to UltraCon if you're
Yes.
a Dragon Ball fan.
Absolutely.
And in many ways. So I remember Jason Douglas for one of
Yes.
like
So
2 or 3
sweet.
years ago.
Yes.
Such a nice
Amazing person. It's not only he was dubbing in The Walking
guy.
Dead.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes, he
Which
was.
I knew him from. I
That's-
did because I'm a bad person. I haven't watched anime, but I know him from Dragon Ball or from Walking Dead.
I respect when people like freak out and go and get their autographs and all of that, and but on that sense I do watch anime, but I happen to do it in Japanese with subtitles.
Yes.
See, I
So
Yes.
these technically are not my
Yes.
voices
truth.
in terms of
Yes,
Dragon
yes.
Ball, but
True.
I like Walking Dead, yes,
Love
by all means.
Japanese.
And he's a Trekkie,
He's a
which is
Trekkie.
more important to
May
me.
the force be with
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Vicky.
Live long and prosper.
So let's surf through the Dragon Ball surprises. Meredith is back.
Mhm.
Yes.
Meredith, Android 18, of course,
Yes.
among
Mhm.
many other things. So I've added a few of the names that these voice actors have done
Mhm.
so many characters.
Full Metal
right?
Alchemist. Yeah, she's
Feel
done
free to
so
jump
much.
in.
There's
and
hundreds.
Yeah.
They've all done hundreds.
Yes.
And I guess it just depends on your fandom what you think is a priority.
Right,
Correct.
right, exactly. So if you're
Yeah,
not
like,
into, if
Yu
you're
Yu
into Full
Hakusho,
Metal
people,
Alchemist,
some people like that better. Some people like Dragon Ball better. Some people like Full Metal Alchemist. So
yeah,
it's
or One Piece.
and you can't just say, "Oh, this is the one they did," because
Right.
there's like 300 other ones that they've done
Correct.
too.
And main characters, not
Yeah.
just
Yes.
Yeah, not
regular
just-
background characters
Yes.
like
Mhm.
Android, especially that Android too. Is I love
Mhm.
that Android. I have it, well, not here. I have it at home, but I have it. Chuck is back.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Chuck Hover, and
And this is his
another
third-
Android.
Yeah, this
So
is his third time with us.
correct.
Yes,
Yeah, I
third time
remember.
with us. Yeah, he did back in 2016.
Also, an impressive IMDb. If you click
Oh
on his
my
IMDb,
And
God.
a Trekkie.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a trick.
Yes.
Also a
Just
Trekkie.
like
That's all that
Yes.
matters
For the
too.
cake.
See, he gets his Dragon Ball. I have to throw in the Trek wherever I can.
yeah, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Chuck was also a nice gentleman. Once again,
Mhm.
if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you're gonna get a kick of this. So, I think I skipped. No, there you go. So Phil Farsons, tell me about it.
Mhm.
Now you guys tell me about it. Attack on Titans, among other things.
Yes.
But
Yeah, he was
also now-
Kenny from Attack on Titan.
Yes. And also he's Nappa.
Mhm.
Of course, Vegeta's right hand man, one of his
Right.
henchmen.
The bulk, the
The
bulk
big guy, the
big-
muscle. The
the
muscle. Yes.
the muscle guy.
Yes.
Does he like? I never met him, so he
Oh, he's
get
super nice.
Yeah,
he
he's-
gets in persona or no?
He has
Like,
he has a great personality.
Yeah.
And he loves his fans.
because
You know
it's
what I
funny. That's one other thing that I really admire about voice actors, that you can be such a mean character, but in
Mhm.
real life you're such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
So that's like goes like what?
Yeah.
Well, those are one of the reasons why we travel in and out of states to other conventions to see how celebrities treat their
Behave,
guests.
right?
Yeah.
And that's extremely important for us because we're a family-oriented event.
Right.
I don't want to have a guy that's going to be there like,
Right.
just not being
Yeah.
nice in
Or
general.
behaving like Napa.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You don't want them
Exactly.
behaving like their characters.
Yes.
Linda
They can.
Young is back.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
once
How do we
again,
not
going
love
back,
it?
she's such a nice lady, but
She's
she's
such
Frieza.
I
Yes.
know. How
And
does
Baba.
that voice come out
Yes.
of her?
Well, yeah, I can see why, but she was such a nice lady.
Mhm.
And I'm on many, many, many other things. I'm
And
glad
this-
that she's back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I love when she does Frieza. I'm like, how can this voice come out of
You
this?
walk by and
this
hear
one.
it, and you're like, "What? What
Yeah.
is? What is
Yeah.
that?"
Right,
God.
right, because it's like a very
She does
wicked character.
Mhm.
She
Yeah,
does the
of
same thing
course.
with Baba.
Oh yeah.
She does it beautifully.
Mhm.
Ken Williams.
Oh,
I was
he
Yeah.
also
a myriad of voices.
in My
Yes.
Hero Academia,
Yes.
Jujutsu Hakusho. I mean, you name it, and multiple characters among
Yes.
Dragon Ball, right?
Yes, a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
So, is that what you guys are aiming for, to turn UltraCon into a Dragon Ball mecha?
No, anime. Basically an anime. I mean, celebrity driven, of course, but with anime and movie stars and celebrity, a little bit of everything. A
Right.
little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, literally, because
Yes.
we
We're
have a
doing-
surprise announcement that I'm
We're-
thankful that you haven't
Nope.
say anything online, and you're
Oh.
gonna release it on the show.
Oh, no,
Yes.
I'm
and there's-
very
We
grateful.
saved
Listen.
it for the show.
We have so much.
More coming. I
But
know.
this
we have
one-
to do a follow up.
This
I know.
one,
I know.
To give you an example, we're doing an Android reunion. Dragon Ball Z Android reunion.
Oh, that's badass. An
Yeah.
Android reunion. I love that.
hmm
I love that.
I'm gonna say it. I want to say it now because
no,
we got the
no,
contract.
no.
and
we have
everything.
other
There,
surprises.
there's a
that-
there's a timeline for
Yes.
those reveals, right?
Yes.
Speaking
Okay.
of Android, so Jeremy Inman was
Mhm.
Android
Yes,
16,
that's
My
it,
Hero
yeah.
Academia again,
Mhm.
One Piece. I just
Yeah,
wrote.
there's two characters on the end. Those are both One Piece.
Correct.
Yes, and One Piece is huge.
It is huge right now. It's
And-
always been huge. Really.
And Android 16 is one of my favorite characters.
It was a really nice
in the
kid.
Android saga. I love
I love the
Android saga
figure.
and Cell. Yes,
I love the
yeah,
figure.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Cell, you're right. Then John Swayze,
Oh.
so it was the Doria.
Dodoria, not only Dodoria, he's done so many different characters.
Yeah, my
My
All Might.
God.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
this gentleman is
Oh my
like
God.
high end
Yes.
Oh,
voice.
there's hundreds.
what
Yes.
what does it say?
Hundreds.
They say like he's the Kevin Bacon of the.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yes.
If yeah,
like,
exactly.
You can connect.
Yeah, you can
everyone
connect
through
him to everybody
right?
else. Yep.
Because he's being in every single, pretty much in
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
single
every
property.
show,
and
yes.
they're
Mhm.
super nice guys as well. I
Mhm.
remember him
He is phenomenal.
3 years ago, 2 years.
And the amount of toys he has for
Yeah.
his character.
It's-
Right.
I
it's
mean, we have
ridiculous.
to talk about that too because we're
Good
huge
point.
toy fans,
Good point.
and
Yeah.
all of these people that we bring have some sort of toy.
They're immortalized in
Yes,
plastic in some
Exactly.
degree.
Yes.
So they're not necessarily always just voices. There are physical things that we can hold
Physical things that we
Yes.
can hold. Look
Yes.
at that. How beautiful that's.
Which is the truth.
And we can
that
collect.
we don't open them.
We don't.
We don't open them.
Some of us do. Some of us do. For sure. There you go. Irving
Mhm.
raising his hand. Some of us do. Is he who's next? Tiffany, of course. We
Yeah,
needed a
she's
Bulma.
the
and
original
she's
Bulma.
Every single one of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she's the original Bulma, and she is such a sweetheart.
Yeah,
I
Right.
mean,
she's super.
and she's
super
coming
nice.
back, this year, and we're proud to have her. I mean, she engages because one thing that we do, we go to other conventions to see how they engage,
Right.
Mhm.
to see how original they are,
Right.
and she
that's
is top notch.
And
Top notch.
she's the only voice that you can connect to Bulma.
Oh
that
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm wondering if you can
Mhm.
record my voicemail. Like, hey, I can't pick up the phone right now. Like,
She probably
She
she
does.
probably does. Yeah.
I mean, it
that'd
may
be great.
cost you a little bit, but she probably will do it.
For sure. Okay, so stepping out of Dragon Ball and
Yes.
heading more Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw
Yeah.
Man
Regan
is huge
Murdoch.
right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was also on Dragon Ball Super,
Yes.
Sundown Kid, and the video game Live a Life.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're incurring, like you were saying, it's just anime in general. Well,
Mhm.
Billy West, he was
Ugh.
Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
I mean, see,
Futurama.
this is it's not anime, it's animation,
Right.
Yes.
which to me, I like animation better
Right.
than anime.
Right.
Nickelodeon.
Right.
I mean, Nickelodeon era. That's
the
like,
golden era.
this
Yes,
is
that's
everything.
Right.
And Billy West is, when you talk about a plethora of voices and the ones that you recognize when you hear it.
That's it.
Every time I see the red M&M now, I'm like, oh, Billy.
Right, he was also Bugs Bunny in Space Jam.
Space Jam,
yeah.
And some other characters.
I mean,
know.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
He's
that's
the
a big one.
godfather. Him and Tom Kenny are the godfathers of Nickelodeon.
Right.
Yes.
Right. The golden era.
The golden era, yes.
Of Nickelodeon.
I mean, to
Yeah,
me, that
for
was
sure.
yesterday, but you know,
Yes.
Well,
for
the
my
golden
kids,
era-
it was when they were babies.
Right. When they were in kindergarten.
Mhm.
He's awesome.
And then Scott. So this is not the first time, right?
No, Scott
No.
was there last year.
Last year. That's exactly
But
what
he's
I
got
remember.
so many characters that
So
he's.
now let's cross the street from Nickelodeon to
Mhm.
Hanna-Barbera,
Right.
pretty much.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo, like
Yes.
he's also like lift the character because
Like,
like
he
I
is,
was
like-
walking around and I was like,
Yeah, he
I go,
is.
wait, what?
We talked to we called him yesterday, and we were talking to him yesterday. Next thing I know, they're singing the Scooby Doo theme
Theme
song,
song.
and I'm like, because this happens every day.
I'm
Scooby
pretty-
Doo will call me, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Scooby."
Oh my
So-
god, yeah.
We're
absolutely.
singing the theme song, the Scooby Doo theme
So he
song.
calls you on
Yeah.
on your cell and
Yeah.
then he starts singing the song.
Yeah, we
That's
started, yeah.
hilarious.
It's so funny.
Dude, let me give you an example.
Uh-huh.
Eric Estrada.
Uh-huh.
What did he called
He
me?
calls, "Hey, cuz, what's good?" And I'm like, "How is this real? How is this real?" Eric Estrada is calling.
I
right
love
now.
it because you guys are you're still fans.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So that's why I think that essence translate into the show, and that's why the show it's such fan driven,
Mhm.
organized because you're still like geeking out.
Oh,
You're
absolutely.
organizing the thing, you're being professional, but at the same time you're like,
I know that's. I already did the you know, we got him at the airport, and then I did my little yay fangirling, and then okay, what can I get for you, Mr. Estrada? You know?
there you go. No, but I couldn't like when I heard him like for real. I was walking I couldn't because I was running the booth and everything, and I heard the Scooby Doo thing like.
Yeah.
Scott
That was
is
too much.
amazing. He's so
Mhm.
talented.
He's so talented.
Mhm.
But
a
let's-
legendary voice actor.
Legendary, exactly. And so many. I mean, I named Scooby Doo, but there's so many of that.
So
Shaggy,
many.
Right.
Scrappy Doo,
Scrappy,
Right.
those are his
Fred
names.
Flintstone.
Red
Yeah.
I mean, Yogi Bear,
There's so many.
Boo Boo.
Boo
There's
Boo.
so many.
Hey, he's done a lot. I mean, he's
Incredible.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy at the
Yeah, he
same
is.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was so pleasantly impressed when I saw that you guys found Alex Hyde White.
He is awesome.
Right.
And
he's-
again, such a nice guy.
right.
Down to earth. Down to
These
earth.
But
are
this
things-
is the first Fantastic Four
Movie.
type of movie in 1994. It was such a
Mhm.
weird. I remember seeing
It
it
is.
back then and thought like, okay,
Yeah, there it is.
because the effects and everything were like hilarious and
Yeah,
the
it was
thing-
different.
the-
It was
Back
different. They
then.
didn't have
Look
the
at that,
budget.
look at-
Oh my
of
God,
course,
that's
it was
hysterical.
1994. But this is the beginning of everything that we've seen so far. We haven't seen a proper Fantastic Four yet.
No, we
No.
have not. Since the first and second, that's it.
So it's lovely that you found him because he's also been in Indiana Jones the series
Yes.
and some other
Mhm.
thing.
And he's also written a book.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, that's nice. But we have a Dr. What's it called? Dr. Richards?
Reed Richards.
Reed
Reed
Richards,
Richards,
correct. Reed Richards. Yeah.
Mr.
In
Fantastic.
this incredible 1994 version of. Look at that. It's
That's
so
amazing.
funny
Are you
to
kidding?
see
That's
it.
amazing.
Yeah. That is amazing. Indeed.
You know,
So-
his son looks just like him.
Yes, he does.
Now that I'm seeing him younger like that, his son looks just like
oh,
him.
really?
Yep,
So
there's
let's
the
talk
thing.
about the surprise, the one that you're gonna
Mm.
announce here.
So
So I'm gonna let you
excited.
say it. But when I saw the email with the surprise, I'm like, my God! Like you knocked it out of the park. You beeper. You have a beeper. Welcome
No,
to
that's
1982.
his phone.
Oh,
He's got the
okay.
flip phone.
The flip phone. Well,
Yeah.
still like
That's an agent.
Okay,
a
well,
few decades.
we'll call them back.
We'll call them back. There you go. So the surprise. Here we go. Insisting agent.
Yeah.
There you go. So Vicky, you said, boom.
Spike from Buffy the Vampire
James
Slayer.
Masters. This is
James Masters.
incredible.
It's amazing.
Not only raises the level of the whole Dragon Ball reunion.
Yes.
and
See, it's a little for him, a little for me. He's a Trekkie too.
he's a Trekkie too, of course. Yeah, that publicly. Yeah,
Yes.
You're right. You're right about that. But Buffy the
I
Vampire
know.
Slayer. He
Can
was
you
such
believe-
a lovely character there.
Yes.
Like, very loved.
That's
So,
again an iconic show.
an iconic show. No, don't mind the noise. That's an iconic show. Well, yeah, that's what we're doing here.
Uh-huh.
That's
And
what we're
he's
doing.
also King Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z live
Correct.
action Revolution.
Oh,
Correct.
and Brainiac from
And
Smallville.
Brainiac from Smallville.
Oh,
He's
that's
also
right.
Brainiac,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah.
right.
He was the original Brainiac from Smallville.
So there's still a few months to September
Yes.
2022, right?
Mhm.
Yes,
At the what? Let's
5 more
say
months ago.
at
Let's
the South
go
Florida
back to-
Expo Center
at
in
this
West Palm.
in West Palm. Let's
Mhm.
just say the address for Christ's sake.
Sure, 9067 Southern Boulevard, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33411. And our website, if you'd like to get VIP or weekend passes, is ultraconcity.com.
And look at that radio voice,
Yes,
that
it's
came out of
perfect.
nowhere. So what else? So I guess we're not gonna burn more surprises. Or we're planning to do like a
Yes, we'll-
follow up.
We'll do more. Yes.
My
Keep an eye on the webpage.
goodness.
Keep an eye right here on Plastic Chats.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're just going to say we're going to have close to 50 celebrities this year.
Mhm. So there are many, 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 many more to
More.
announce.
50 celebrities.
Mhm.
Yeah, movie stars
Jesus.
and celebrities.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This-
Movie stars
And-
and celebrities.
Mhm.
I like the sound of that.
I mean, we also have, Good Times, JJ Walker.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Oh,
I,
yeah.
I don't think that was included in the
Yeah,
email.
it should will.
Okay. Well, no.
We'll get it
worries.
next
We'll-
time.
We'll add it to the next
Mhm.
time. It was a batch. I wanted to have like a nice rhythm instead of just listing them like
Oh,
one by
absolutely.
one. So that's why I wanted to chit chat over them. I'm very excited about UltraCon this year.
Yeah.
Again,
Oh,
and
God.
I love the opportunity you guys are giving me to be the formal voice on the web to announce this
Yes.
type of things. I love
So
that.
You always
exciting.
I don't have the radio voice, but
Yeah. But you've always been.
thank you, thank you,
Always
thank.
been. My God, we've been together doing this.
I know.
I mean, since 2017, since
know.
Plastic Crime.
I know it's been a few years and
Yeah.
there's been a few storms.
Yes.
There were.
Whoa.
He's been with us as long as we've been with each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
2016.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Well,
There we
I've known him before.
Way,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
many,
he-
many
But
years.
he's been a part of us
Yeah. I mean, he's
since
bought,
the beginning.
he's bought so many GI Joes from me. Oh my God. Royal
That's true.
Guards. How many
That's
Royal
true.
Guards did you buy from me?
I don't know, dozens
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
For
Oh my
sure.
God.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
giving
Guillermo,
that
for having us.
exclusive James Master.
Yes.
Buffy, you gotta be kidding me.
Buffy, Spike, the main bad guy.
Yeah, 92 episodes.
92.
Just saying.
Yeah, just
No
saying.
episodes.
Just saying.
Thank you again for coming.
Thank
and
you.
Stay
Thanks for having
tuned.
us.
We're gonna for sure. We're gonna do another follow up in a few months to keep popping up surprises and letting you know about UltraCon. If you're not in Florida, I think it's worth the drive. I think you just got a little bit of that. This is one of the iconic shows that we have in town that we're so grateful that we have them in town and that they're doing this just here in West Palm Beach. So if
Yeah.
you're not in town, just it's worth the drive. There's a lot of vendors and it's gonna be nice. So once again, thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here, and
Thank
we'll
you
see
for
you in the
having
next
us.
one.
Take care. Thank you, Guillermo,
Alright.
for having us.
I really hope you liked this episode, and don't forget we did a bunch of episodes in the past, so just go and search the channel and check them out as well, because there's a lot of plastic chats and a lot of toy talk, and I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it.